On the dividend news, we do have quite a couple companies that announced dividend raises this past week, so I'm going to try to go through those as quick as possible. But guys, on the first one, we did get WD-40 company, which hiked its dividend by 6% to 88 cents quarterly. The other one we did get a raise from was Realty Income Corporation, which announced a dividend increase. It's a monthly cash dividend to 0.2565 compared to last month of 0.2560. Definitely not the biggest raise there, but they do typically raise their dividend every single quarter. And then guys, we did get also Costco, which will be paying a $15 per share special dividend. So however many shares you currently have, you'll be getting paid $15 per share. So that is pretty sweet. The other one here was American Towers Corp, which hiked its dividend by another 4.9% to $1.70 quarterly. This is the third hike in 2023. We also have Waste Management, which approved a 7.1% increase quarterly, which will be very awesome, which is going from 70 cents to 75 cents per share quarterly. And then the other one we do have, guys, is Abbott Laboratories, which hiked its dividend by 7.8% to 55 cents quarterly. This is the 52 year of dividend increases. And the other one was Nucor, which hiked its dividend by 5.9% to 54 cents quarterly. This, I believe they've been raising their dividend over 51 consecutive years, which is great. We also have Edison International, which hiked its dividend by 5.8%. That is 20th consecutive annual increase. And then we do have Pfizer, which hiked its dividend by 2.4% to 42 cents quarterly. And we also have Pentair, which I hopefully pronounced that correctly. If not, I'm sorry, but they did announce a 4.5% dividend hike to 23 cents quarterly. They will be, I guess 2024 will mark the 48th consecutive year of growing their dividend. And then we also have US Bancorp, which hiked its dividend by 2.1% to 49 cents quarterly per share. And the second to last one is the Toro Company, which hiked its dividend by 5.9% to 36 cents quarterly. This marks its 15th consecutive year of growing their dividend. And finally, the last one, guys, Franklin Resources hiked its dividend by 3.3% to 31 cents per share quarterly. They have been raising their dividend every year since 1981. So a lot of dividend raises this past week. So congrats to any of the shareholders of these companies. What's up, everybody? This is Antonio here to bring you episode 217 of the portfolio update. So you guys already know it's Sunday. It's time to go over the portfolio, what we bought, what we sold, what dividends came in, and then of course what what options we had to manage, what trades we had to do, how much we grew the dividend snowball. Because remember, guys, that every single Sunday we come back. And if I pull up the Google Sheets, you'll see here, guys, that we come back every single Sunday, kick off the dividend scripts, and then see this projection. This is currently how much our portfolio is projected to make in dividends or in passive income for the month, $572.47. This should be a lot higher by the end of the video, so definitely stick around. We'll see how much we get to, but we're trying to grow this because eventually we will be trying to live off of these and try to retire. So anyways, if we do look here at the annual dividends, guys, for 2023 so far, we're at $3,479.31, and we're waiting on the last month for this year, so that'll wrap it up. We got one of the biggest dividend payments this past week, so it's going to be very, very exciting to see. And if we look over here at the quarterly dividends, guys, for Q4 of 2023, so far we've only made $622.11, but you'll see that we still have that 1 month of December, which should be my biggest dividend payment. So we'll hopefully surpass over $1,000 in the quarterly payments there. If we do look at the options premium for the month of December, so far we're only in the negative by $345.65. On the rate of return on the options, so far we're still in the green. We're at 0.91%, which is okay as long as we're in the positive instead of the negative here. If we do show you on the options, which actually translates to about $1,079.62 so far we've collected in 2023. I've been rolling some of my options that I've been in the money, so we're going to continue to play that out, see how that goes, and then And if I show you guys here on the goals, which kind of keep us focused, the first one is of course just related to the channel, and that's to reach 20,000 subscribers. We're probably not going to achieve that, but I tried to see where we got. But anyways, that's 20,000 subscribers. If you're new to the channel or a returning viewer that hasn't subscribed, consider subscribing with that notification. Definitely would appreciate it. As well, if you guys wouldn't mind, drop a big thumbs up on the video right now. Helps out the channel. Definitely appreciate it. And goal number 2, guys, we definitely knocked this out of the park. This was to project about $325 per month on average. We're already generating over $500, which is great to see, and it continues to grow and grow and get bigger every single Sunday we come back. And then goal number 3 is to reach $118,000 invested of my own money. Right now we're at $118,901. So we're trying to grow this. We're trying to see where we end up by the end of the year. We're going to continue to push and see, and I think we're going to definitely surpass 119,000, but definitely stick around for that. Goal number 4 is to dollar cost average $100 into the portfolio at a minimum, no matter what the market's doing. If the portfolio's green, down, sideways, whatever's going on, we're going to stay disciplined, continue to dollar cost average, and in the long term this will pay us. Our future selves will thank us. And then goal number 5 is to drip an additional $100 every time a company is about to go ex-dividend date. So I'll typically try to buy $100 worth of that company before they hit the ex-dividend date. That way we can get that dividend and get that little drip. Those little crumbs do get reinvested, and the following quarter they start paying a little bit more, and that slow little crumbs do start compounding over the long term. And then if we look at goal number 6 is to try to average about $400 per month in selling options, collecting premium. We're definitely not going to we're not going to reach this one because I've had to roll some of my options, which has kind of taken all my gains really on there. Goal number 7 is to reach 1,000 shares of SCHD. I do have a goal, or I guess I have a plan. Been selling cash secured puts, naked puts kind of technically, and we haven't gotten assigned so far, so we've been collecting the premium, plus we've been kind of generating about a 5% return on the uninvested cash so far. So we'll see how that plays out. I think that's really the best strategy to go, and we're going to continue focusing on that. If I do show you guys here the dividend payout, you'll see that we do have a couple companies that are going to be paying us out for the month of December so far here, which is Nvidia, Union Pacific, and Lockheed Martin that are left for the month of December. Definitely excited for those. Lockheed Martin did raise their dividend. Later in the video, we'll kick this off and see if any other companies did announce dividends. So I believe Waste Management did announce one, which is in my portfolio, so we should see that one pop up later in the video. But anyways, guys, we can go ahead and get started with the video. All right, guys, so as you'll see here, guys, the portfolio is at $223,578.17. On the day change, we're in the green by $473.25, which is about a 0.21%. On the 2-year change, it's at $35,467.93, which is about 18.85% in the green. And then, guys, if I show you here on the positions, you'll see in capital gains, we're at $45,517.07, which is about 25.65% in the green. And then, of course, cash balance right now, we're at $599.56. And then, total cost base is $177,000. If we'll look down here, we do have 2 covered calls on Apple. I had to roll these. They will be expiring on the 22nd of December at strike price 162, and we're gonna definitely roll those out. And then we'll have Altria. We have JP Morgan's covered call I do have. It's kind of in the money now, so I'm gonna be trying to manage it, but it's going to expire next week, I believe, is the 22nd. And then we're going to try to roll it out. We'll see what happens there. And then we do have a couple other companies. We're going to eventually try to get to 100 shares. We also have SCHD, guys, which we roughly have over 743 shares of SCHD right now. And we do have 1 covered call, which is in the money at the current moment. And that one, I wasn't planning to sell a covered call against SCHD, but I just did it for a tutorial that I am working on how to sell covered calls on Schwab. So it definitely went over the strike price, so we'll see what happens there. Then we also do have SNSXX, which we have about $49,000 in this. We should be actually getting the cash dividend from them this week, so it'll be a juicy payment for us so that we can use to reinvest and buy more shares of SCHD and other companies. And in the long term, guys, we're going to continue to try to collect that 5% return that's risk free almost, and try to sell cash secured puts until we continue collecting the premium until we get assigned shares of these great companies. And then if I show you guys here on the performance, you'll see that we're in the green by $22,847.53. If we do look over here, that's an 11.41% return. And then if we look at the investment income, guys, we're projected to roughly make about $6,755.84 in the next 12 months on average monthly. That's a $562.99. And then if we look for the month of January, we're projected to make about $406.96. February $321.98, and then March $853.59. Huge difference there on the third month of every quarter, which is definitely one of the best exciting months, of course. And then if we look at the history, guys, we can kind of see what we did this past week. So as you'll see here, we do have it to start from the 10th of December all the way to the 16th. If I scroll to the very bottom, I can kind of show you guys what we did this past week. So on the 11th of December, I did do a sell to open. So I sold a cash secured put on Microsoft that expired on the 15th of December. That was a weekly with a strike price of $352.50. And they paid us $22 or so after fees, $21.34. And then as you'll see here on the 11th, we got the SCHD massive dividend, guys. $542.98 from SCHD, completely passive, guys. And that is one of the juiciest dividend payments. And then you'll see here on the 12th, it got reinvested. It dripped about 7.41 shares at $73.18. Reinvesting that dividend so that the following quarter we get even more dividends, and that snowball just continues to compound. Imagine when we're dripping about 100 shares of SCHD. That would be insane, guys. And then you'll see here that on the 12th, 13th, I deposited $200. I did $100 for SCHD because they did go ex-dividend date last week, but I didn't know that they were going to go ex-dividend date, so I didn't get a chance to deposit $100. So I was going to buy $100 worth of it plus the initial, or I guess the dollar cost average of $100. So that's $200 there. On the 14th, we got a dividend from Microsoft. It's actually $7.19. One of my lowest dividend payments, just because I did have over 100 shares of Microsoft at one point, and we're going to try to build that back up. On the 15th here, I did buy 3 shares of SCHD, spending about $227.09. And then on the 15th here as well, we got Waste Management Dividend, which paid us about $6.57. And then, guys, on the 15th, I had to actually roll my SCHD covered call I had that was in the money. So what I did was I did a buy to close. I bought back the covered call that expired on the 15th of December with a strike price of $73, and paid about $240.66. I ended up going ahead and just selling another one, but same strike price, just further out by 1 month on the 19th of January 2024. They paid me about $289, so I made about $49 here in premium. And then on the 15th here, guys, you'll see that Microsoft drip hit, which bought about 0.01 shares of Microsoft. So we kind of roughly made about $556-ish in dividends this week, completely passive. One thing I do need to fix is that dividend calculator that I do have. I've been really busy that I haven't had a chance to fix it, but I need to fix it, and we can kick it off and see how much we collected. But we roughly made about $556 or so in dividends this past week, which is insane, guys. Imagine when we're generating $1,000, $2,000 and passive income doing absolutely nothing. Our portfolio goes to work. But anyways, let's go ahead and wrap up this video, guys, by jumping over to the dashboard so we can see how much our portfolio grew. All right, guys, so we're here at the dashboard. As of course you'll see here, I already have a copy of this over here so we can kind of see the difference when we kick off the scripts. Of course, on the options premium, again, for the month of December right now, we're in the negative $345.65. On the rate of return, we're in the positive by 0.91%. It did go up from last week. If I show you guys here the options though, you'll see that for this past week, we were in the green by $70.02 is what we made in premium. And then if I show you guys here the dividend payout, we can kind of see on the 42 row, we can kind of see if any other companies announced dividends this past week. We should see the waste management hopefully. So we go to portfolio tools, get latest dividends. This will get wiped out, and then it'll try to go out and see if any of the companies I have in my portfolio declared dividends. And of course, it looks like Waste Management probably is not showing up yet, but the Costco one is showing up, guys. $6.35. This might actually mess up with my projection on the dividend income, so this might not be valid because this is almost $15 per share, so that's not going to be right, but we'll find out towards the end of the video. And then, guys, if I show you guys here the settings, we can go ahead and get rid of this, and there we go. Let's go ahead and jump over to Empower, guys, which has the latest version of my portfolio with all the purchases from this past week. So I'll see you guys over there. All right, guys, so we're here at Empower on my Schwab account. Click on this green button called Copy Holdings. This copies the content of my portfolio that contains all the purchases from this past week. And you click Paste Special Values, and then you paste them. Then you go over here to Holdings. This is actually the old snapshot from last week. This will get wiped when you go over here to Portfolio Tools, Update Portfolio Holdings. This will get wiped, and it'll parse out the new stuff we just pasted. But of course, remember that depending on how Costco's dividend is calculated, we might see a huge spike in dividend raise, which will not be the case there. So we'll see what happens there. So go ahead and click Update Portfolio Holdings, and this will get wiped. Then we can jump back over here to the dashboard. Give it a second or two, and we'll see what the difference is. And it looks like it's done. It didn't actually include that special dividend, which is great to see. So actually, I'm not sure what happened here. And we actually did go down in value. We actually have projected about 3.04% compared to 3.14%. It did go down. I'll have to figure out what's going on, but technically it did go up. Because I continued to, buy more shares. I bought more shares of SCHD. I reinvested the SCHD shares. I also bought, or I guess the Microsoft and Waste Management dividends dripped. And, so there might be an issue there that we have that's probably being calculated incorrectly. But on the yearly, $6,798. Monthly, $566.51. On the weekly, $130.73. And then on the day, $18.62. So we went down about 20 cents or so, which I don't think it's correct. Maybe we'll find out. I'll let you guys know. And then on the hourly, 78 cents every single hour. Hourly work wage is where it took a hit. So this is if our portfolio was to go work a 40-hour work week, they would get paid an hourly rate of $3.27 compared to $3.30. I guess since they're getting paid less, they were slacking or something. But again, there's might be an issue here with the calculations. I'll have to figure it out, and I'll let you guys know by next week. But we'll eventually try to get this to minimum wage. We'll see how long that takes. But this is actually all I have for you guys. If you stuck all the way to the very end, go ahead and actually first go ahead and make sure that you're subscribed with the notification if you haven't done so already. Help me reach that 20,000 subscriber mark. Definitely would appreciate it. As well, if you guys wouldn't mind dropping a big thumbs up on the video. And if you stuck all the way to the very end, go ahead and drop a hashtag SCHD. Because guys, we got the massive juicy dividend from SCHD. Let me know in the comment section how much you guys made from SCHD. If you guys do own it, how much did it drip? And that'll be exciting to see, guys. So I'll see you in the comment section. Take care, stay safe out there. Bye, guys.